Hello, my name is Linda Kingsley, and I've been asked by the League of Women Voters of Saratoga County to provide this information in advance of the charter vote in the City of Saratoga Springs. I'm a professor at Albany Law School teaching state and local government law and have practiced in the arena of local government law for over 30 years. As you may know, voters in the City of Saratoga Springs will have the opportunity to consider adoption of a new charter for the city. The most recent charter revision occurred in 2001. I will lay out the major differences between the two charters and try to answer any questions that I suspect you may have. Where there is a direct comparison that can be made, I will do so. On November 3rd, the ballot question will read, shall the Saratoga Springs City Charter be amended to provide for a city council elected from 6 neighborhood wards of equal population, presided by a mayor elected citywide, and for the appointment of a professional city manager and other administrative officials accountable to the city council? The city officers under the current charter are elected by all of the voters of the City of Saratoga Springs. And those officers are the mayor, the commissioner of finance, commissioner of public works, commissioner of public safety, and commissioner of accounts. Additionally, voters select 2 supervisors who will represent the city on the county board of supervisors. Under the proposed charter, all voters of the city elect the mayor and the 2 supervisors. Additionally, voters in each ward elect one of the 6 members of city council. This map shows the wards and the area they cover, and while they are different in size geographically, the population in each ward is essentially the same. Under the existing charter, all officers serve terms of 2 years. Under the proposed charter, the mayor's term will move from 2 years to 4 years. Council terms will remain 2 years. Supervisor terms will remain 2 years initially, and when state law allows, they may move to 4 years. Compensation. Under the existing charter, the mayor and the commissioners receive a salary of $14,500 per year. Under the proposed charter, the mayor's salary will be $65,000 per year, along with certain benefits, and city council members will receive a salary of $12,000 per year with similar benefits. As to residency, under the existing charter, both the mayor and the commissioners simply need to be residents of the City of Saratoga Springs. Under the proposed charter, the requirement for mayor continues to be a Saratoga Springs residency. For the council members, they must be residents of the ward from which they are elected. Currently, supervisors are selected from a list of candidates on the ballot. The 2 candidates who receive the most votes are chosen as the supervisors. Under the proposed charter, each supervisor position is separately voted upon. Who acts in the mayor's absence? Under the existing charter, the first person to step in would be the commissioner of finance. The second would be the commissioner of public works. Under the proposed charter, the acting mayor would be appointed by the mayor annually, and that would be a member of city council. Both charters address succession to office if there is a vacancy of either a permanent or a temporary nature. Under the existing charter, council appoints to fill any elective office vacancy until a special election can be held. Under the proposed charter, if the mayor is unavailable and the acting mayor is unavailable, the remaining council members select someone to act in the mayor's absence. If the city manager is unavailable, and we'll talk more about that new role in a little bit, Then the acting city manager will step in, and if unavailable, the city council will appoint a department head to step in. Some basic facts about city council, both under the existing and the proposed charter. Currently, there are 5 members on city council, the mayor and the 4 commissioners. The supervisors attend the council meetings but do not vote. The current quorum is 3, and the presiding officer of the council is the mayor. Council members in their role as commissioners serve significant administrative roles in the city, including being responsible for the appointment of the police and fire chiefs, which is the Commissioner of Public Safety doing that, serving as city clerk and city assessor, and that's the responsibility of the Commissioner of Accounts. Currently, council members can simultaneously hold the position of city council member and supervisor, and they cannot hold compensated appointive office or employment with the city for 1 year after leaving council. Under the proposed charter, the number of members of council moves to 7, the mayor and the 6 ward representative council members. The quorum moves to 4. The presiding officer remains as the mayor. And council members are prohibited from holding any other elective office while on council. So therefore they cannot simultaneously be a supervisor. Additionally, city council has added a power of investigation of the affairs of the city to their authority. The prohibition against holding compensated appointive or employment with the city has moved from 1 year to 2 years after the end of council term. The charter also would provide in the proposed charter that council members forfeit office if they cease to be residents, which would be the case now as well, if they are convicted of a felony during their term, which would also be the case now, or a new proposal that if they fail to attend 3 consecutive council meetings without being excused by council, they may be removed. The responsibilities of the mayor under the existing charter include the fact that the mayor is the chief executive of the city and is responsible for dealing with all intergovernmental relations for the city. The mayor executes legal documents, prepares the capital program, and delivers an annual State of the City address. There are numerous positions appointed by the mayor and under the mayor's supervision, including Human Resources Administrator, Administrator of Parks, Open Lands, and Historic Preservation, the Office of Planning and Economic Development, and the Building Inspector and Zoning and Building Inspector. The duties of each of these positions is detailed in the charter. Under the proposed charter, the mayor is the head of city government for all ceremonial purposes, and administrative duties are specifically laid out in the charter, including the execution of all documents, delivering the annual State of the City address, chairing the Finance Committee of City Council, appointing members to numerous boards, appointing a charter revision commission in the year 2030, and taking on such other duties as are requested by council. Minor changes exist in the city attorney position in that the current charter has the city attorney appointed by the mayor, and the proposed charter would have the city attorney appointed by the council from a list of qualified candidates provided by the city manager. The new concept that is in the proposed charter is the creation of the city manager position. This would be a position appointed by city council and serving at the pleasure of the council with a salary set by council. The city manager would be the chief administrative and fiscal officer of the city, and there are specific job qualifications, including a relevant master's degree and 5 years of experience. The city manager need not be a resident when appointed, but after appointment must obtain council approval to continue to be a non-resident. And one of the first things the city manager does is to appoint an acting city manager. The major roles of the city manager would be including the appointment and removal of all city employees, appointing the city clerk and the assessor with the consent of council, and both of those positions would serve at the pleasure of the city manager, to supervise all departments, to represent the city in collective bargaining, to prepare the budget, and if deemed appropriate, to restructure departments under the new charter. You might be wondering about taxing districts. They stay exactly the same. There will continue to be an inside district, an outside district, and a city district. The fiscal year also stays the same. And there are only minor changes in fiscal reporting. Under the existing charter, there are quarterly reports by the Commissioner of Finance to City Council. Under the proposed charter, there would be a mid-year report by the city manager to the City Council. The transition would go as follows. Upon a successful referendum, the new charter takes effect immediately upon the approval of the referendum and the filing with the Secretary of State. A charter transition task force would be appointed. The mayor and the new council would be elected at the 2021 general election, and the mayor and the council would assume office on January 1st, 2022. The civil service status of existing employees would continue after the transition, but existing deputy commissioners' positions would end December 31st, 2021. I've attached a few links which might be helpful in helping you learn more about this. There's a link to the current charter and the proposed charter, as well as links to the website of two groups, one that supports the proposed charter and one that supports the current charter. I hope this has been helpful to you in learning a little more about the vote that will occur this year. Thank you.